Hello, Leo, and welcome to your reading for the week of November 20th to 26th, 2023. This is for you if you are a Leo sun, a Leo rising, a Leo moon, or have some other kind of prominent Leo placement in your chart. This is covering the week of November 20th to 26th, but if you are watching this at another time, then there may well still be a message here for you. So welcome back if you are returning to this channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. Please like and subscribe and make any comments about whether or not you feel that these readings resonate with you, especially if something does. I like to know what's going on here with people. Well, I don't need to know all your personal business, but I do, in as much as you feel that this resonates or doesn't resonate, that is very helpful to me. And of course, all your liking, commenting, and subscribing really helps this channel grow. What we're using this week, if you're not familiar, is I use the cartouche cards to start, and I do an astrological spread to look at your week generally and all aspects, whether it be love, money, job, how you feel about yourself, changes in your life, your home, etc. And I elucidate it, or I clarify it, I guess. I don't know why I like to use the word elucidate, but I clarify with a tarot deck, and this week we are using the Osho Zen Tarot. So let's see what we have here. Oh, okay. So this is interesting. So for Leo, what do we have for this week? Wow. Some important messages coming in for you, Leo. I mean, there's some divine guidance coming in, definitely, for a lot of you. Okay, I have too many cards popping out here, so let's get organized. Okay. Oh. 8 and 9. 10, 11. Wow. And could be somebody you got to watch out for in a job or career situation. That's what I'm seeing right off. But everything looks pretty good overall. So, okay, let's start at the beginning. The first house is Aries energy. And Aries has to do with your personality, how you present yourself to the world, how others see you. And you have the turning in card with fire. So yeah, this is a time when you are making changes. Perhaps, these could be changes to your personal appearance. These could be changes to your diet or something. Or just even mental changes, making a decision that you are not going to let certain things affect you anymore, that you are going to focus more on the things that are important and burn up and get rid of those things that we don't need anymore. There's definitely a sense of passion here. That could be something that's motivating you at this point to really say, look, it's time for change. But you got the turning in card here, okay, which is the 4 of water. And this card, as you can see, there's like a woman sitting in the middle and there's all these people that look like ghosts around her. This is about shutting out voices that don't matter, okay? So you need to get rid of all the voices that are giving you reasons to doubt yourself. You are definitely in a position where you are on fire, and you need to get the burning up is of all these other kind of smoky people in the background. You want to get rid of all of that. Not literally, of course, but figuratively, you want to turn in, listen to your own inner voice, and get rid of all these other voices from the outside that are confusing you or that are making trouble. Second house is Taurus energy. This has to do with what you value. It has to do with your finances, your possessions. And you've got the 2 of water with Scarab. So yeah, there's some change to your finances. This friendliness card could indicate a joint financial arrangement. This could be partnering with somebody in some way, or somebody who perhaps is either helping you financially or advising you financially. Could be a partner. I mean, this card sometimes more indicates more of somebody who might be a love partner or a spouse, but doesn't have to be. And this is you have it with Scarab. So Scarab is there's definitely a change. So this could be a new job. This could be a new business partnership. There's a new something. There's some kind of new thing coming in for you financially, and it is going to involve another person. Third house we have is Gemini energy, and this is communications, short journeys, sometimes has to do with siblings, brothers or sisters. but definitely everything connected with Gemini or Mercury. So it's very much about messages and communication. And I think this is interesting because you have the guidance card, which indicates internal guidance, messages coming in from guides, okay? And you have it with pyramids, so it's almost like you're being tested in something. You have some kind of a challenge you're being presented with, some kind of communication that makes you say, what am I going to do? What decision do I have to make? Or how is this particular situation going to turn out? Now, pyramid usually means good news eventually, but there's definitely the sense of, if you're a spiritual person and have spiritual guides, definitely try to tune into what your guides are saying. I mean, here's the turning in card, right? But this also could mean, if you're not really inclined that way, to say, listen to your own inner voice, okay? What's your own inner guidance telling you? Shut out all these other voices and hear what your real inner guidance has to say, because your inner wisdom is actually the most accurate. Okay. 4th house. This is the home. This is your home, your family, your physical house, if or a home or apartment or wherever you live, and also your personal sense of security. Okay. So you've got Bastet with the understanding card. Understanding is the Knight of Cups, really energy, Knight of Water. And yeah, so first of all, this is about being social, but this is also about being kind, about being loving, enjoyment. This is a card of happiness. It also is the card of giving others their due, and you will get that back. But the understanding card, as you can see, there's this bird, there's these bars of a cage here, but you see this opening. And this card means, the cage has always been open. You've always been free. So there's some kind of a situation, whether it's a family situation, whether you feel you're tied to a property or a place or something like that. And this is saying you're free. You don't have to follow the old script. You're not bound. The bars are not up here. You're not imprisoned by tradition. In some cases, it might even be by your own mother. I don't know. But there's this idea of that there's something... There's something here where you feel that it may be ancestral or maybe connected to your home that's holding you back. And this is saying, no, you don't need to hold back. There's a lot of joy to be gotten in the world. And you, again, need to listen to your inner voice. This is definitely a card about listening to your inner voice. There's a lot of this for you this week, Leo, which is interesting. Now, your own house here, this is the 5th house. This is the Leo house. Creativity, children, love affairs. Okay. We have the Miser card, the 4 of Rainbows or 4 of Pentacles with Nephthys. All right. So there's something that's happening. Now, again, okay, remember, this house could deal with a love affair. It could deal with a child. It could deal with some creative thing you're doing or want to do, or a project. Again, take it as it resonates, because not all of those factors are going to apply to everybody, but this is what you're putting out there. And this indicates that there's some reason you don't have all the information you need. There's something that still needs to happen with a particular person or situation. And this may indicate that you are therefore kind of not making any changes, like holding things in place. But ultimately, this is going to require that you let go of this stuff. I mean, the four of Pentacles is ultimately about hanging on too tightly to things that we really need to let go of. And we may be doing that because of these other voices that may be coming in. I think we're being guided in a particular situation to let go. But, again, this is something that just remains to be seen. And I really interpret this as be patient. You're getting the information you need to get out of this situation. You don't need to be clinging on to this situation too tightly or this person too tightly. There's something to be found out. Okay, the next house is Virgo. This has to do with your health, has to do with worry, anxiety, and also potentially with a job. And yeah, you've got the 4 of Wands, which is participation. So this is a card, of typically, some people consider this to be like a marriage card. I consider it to be more of a gateway card, something that's sending you out to the, 4s are initial stages of completion, so you're moving on to the next phase. And this is saying, don't hide out, don't stay away from people. You want to participate in the world and show yourself. You have that with Hathor. Some people might be having, if you're having certain issues where you're not feeling well, these could be centered around stomach issues, or they could be centered around food in some way. Again, take it as it resonates. If you're not having issues, then that's obviously not the meaning here. But Hathor frequently does have to do with dietary things in the 6th house. The other possibility, though, here is just that there's this sense of participating. This is a card of very like building foundations, a very feminine card. So this is about nurturing something, about setting, trying to get the right word, organizing things. This is the Virgo house, so I think of this as a very strong card of organization, of somebody who has their act together, pulling things together. And again, there's a strong feminine energy, so whether this has to do directly with a woman or just you making use of the sort of more, what you might call either domestic or feminine energies. I mean, the way that this deck is conceived, Hathor is often conceived as a very domestic card, but it can also be the successful businesswoman. It does not have to be something that is necessarily domestic. But this is the woman who's definitely jumping in and taking action, participating. So so take that as it resonates in this house. But if you're worried about something, the answer may be you need to take action, you need to get organized. And if there's a health issue, you may just need to be participation. To me, okay, the word that comes into my mind for some people, and this is not for everybody, is maybe therapy or talking to somebody. There may be a need to get something out, especially if somebody perhaps has a stress illness that might be related to something like that. I don't know. Again, that is not a message for everybody who's watching this, but these are definitely the senses of these cards in this house. Okay, 7th house, this has to do with Libra energy, and this is about relationships. They're usually legal partnerships, so marriages, business partnerships, other legal arrangements. And we have Anubis with the Intensity card, which is the Knight of Fire. And, okay, so for some people, you could be protecting yourself against somebody who you think might be a player. That's a direct message for a certain person. You may be, there may be somebody here who you feel like is, too restless or too intense, and you may want to have some space and to figure things out, or to, go with the flow in a different way. But, if this has to do with business partnerships, actually, regardless of what type of partnership it has to do with, there may be somebody who may be behaving in a way that is, where there's a lot of action, a lot of intensity, and you may need to balance that with what you feel is safe or comfortable for yourself. So even with a spouse who might be very well-meaning, might be ready to dive into something where you're saying, well, let's think about all the implications first. So again, take that as it resonates. It may depend on your situation. If it is referring to a law situation or a legal situation of some kind, there may be, I feel like the message there would be look before you leap. Okay, 8th house, this is Scorpio energy, so this is about transformation. And wow, you've got the Courage card with air. So air definitely, I'm seeing this down here, this definitely indicates messages coming in from spirit. There's just there's no other, with the combination of things, I don't know how else to interpret that. There definitely seems to be messages coming in for you, and if you're not a person who's a big believer in spirit, then this is something that your subconscious mind is trying to tell you. And you have it with this Courage card or Strength. And you see this is the little flower trying to push its way up through the rocks. There's a situation in which you need to be courageous and you need to stand strong. I feel like, I'm looking down here at your security, something where you may feel trapped, where you may feel like you're tested, where you may be listening to what other people are saying and getting, filling yourself with doubt. This is a message, a clear message saying you stand in your own power, be courageous enough to grow and to move ahead. Don't let the past hold you back. That's definitely part of that. 9th house, this is Sagittarius energy. This is about expansion. This is about either travel, higher education, or just about your spiritual beliefs or values, whatever those might be, or your philosophy of life. Now, this is interesting. As a life philosophy, we have the Abundance card here. And this card is described by the creators of this deck as the Zorba the Buddha card. Okay, so you see this guy here who combines the elements of Zorba, so this guy who's a very sensual type person, with the Buddha, which is the very spiritual person. So this is the idea of merging, because this is actually the King of Pentacles or King of Rainbows, but I feel like this is somebody who has the material and spiritual world in balance. So this could be a mentor who's coming to you, or this could be you. You could be reaching a point where you're trying to balance those two things and saying, you know what, I deserve to live my life and enjoy it, and not just, have all these moral judgments about it. And with the Buckle of Isis, yeah, there's this sense of, this is a card of loyalty and fidelity, and also of sacrificing something to gain something better. So I feel like you're putting a lot of work into something right now, whether this is related to travel, whether this is related to education, or just broadening your horizons. Whatever it is, it's something that's going to bear fruit. And but ultimately, this is telling you you don't want to, for example, if you're involved in something very aesthetic, cutting all these things out of your life, trying to have a lot of spiritual discipline and aesthetic, and saying, oh, I have to get rid of all these worldly things. This is saying worldly things have a place. Okay. So, yeah, so take that as it resonates. 10th house, this is Capricorn energy. This has to do with your career, your fame, your reputation. Okay, and this is where we're seeing some difficulties here. Okay, and this is interesting, especially in light of what's in the first house. Somebody here is trying to put you down or sabotage you, okay? Or make you feel less, make you doubt who you are and where you're going. I mean, you've got Seth here, which is the Stormbringer, but you have it with Crook and Flail. So for some people, maybe this is actually a legal thing because this does have to do with the law, but I don't know that that's necessarily what's happening here. With the Seven of Swords or the Seven of Clouds here, I feel like it's more somebody who's trying to undermine your confidence. Somebody who's trying to make you feel you can't do something, you're not capable of something, you're not going to make the cut. But this is this is sabotage. I mean, and you could be doing it to yourself too. Sometimes that does happen with this card. Or there's somebody who's not telling you the truth about some situation. This is the politics card. Somebody's playing politics. Somebody's not telling you something, and they're doing it for their own gain, not for yours. So this goes back to the idea of stop listening to what other people are saying. Like, turn inward and hear what the real truth is for yourself. So this may be something that's affecting your job, career, or work situation, or maybe even decisions you just want to make about your reputation and what you want to do going forward. Okay, 11th house. 11th house is about friendships, and it is about your goals, your hopes, and wishes. And wow, you've got the 10 of Clouds, which is the rebirth card. So this says whatever state you're in right now, something is coming to an end and you are moving into something totally new. And you have it with the winged disc. Now, the winged disc in the 11th house is the equivalent of the wish card. This is saying you are about to achieve a goal, get something that you want. And this does mean that something is coming to an end. And you may be wishing for something to come to an end. It could be a relationship, like in terms of a friendship or a situation. I feel very strongly here, like there's somebody here who's, there may be a situation where there's somebody who's weighing you down or making you feel like, I don't want to say it could be a friendship. It could be a friend who now just seems like a toxic person. It could be somebody in your network, but there's something you are getting rid of, and this is going to open the door to you getting what you want. I mean, this is going to set you free. So, So definitely definitely flow with an ending of something. Be courageous. Stay in your power here. And yeah, 12th house. This is what's hidden. You've got the conditioning card, the devil, along with Isis. So this Isis to me has a very strong nurturing energy. It has to do with things that are unseen or hidden or that we don't know about. So there may be a fear about, about what we don't know. It may be a fear about persevering with something, whether or not we're making the right decisions, spending our time the right way. But see, your fears are coming from this. Now, this card is very interesting. This devil card, or this conditioning card, in this deck, this is the story of a lion who is raised among sheep and thinks he's a sheep. And when another lion comes around, they say, hey, you're a lion. And he goes, no, I'm another sheep. And they're like, no, come over here and look. And he looks at his reflection and sees that he is actually a lion and not a sheep. So you may be, okay, this goes back to what I'm seeing down here. You may feel that you are a sheep, that you are helpless, that you just need to be a follower, but you are a lion, okay? That is the message here. You are a lion, and you're having it with this, you are Leo. You're the lion, absolutely. And then you have it with this courage card. It's reminding you that you are Leo the lion. You are not a sheep. Do not let other people browbeat you into following their tracks, because you are meant to do your own thing. And overall, yeah, you've got Horus and Horus is the card of Leo also. And this is the card of flowering, okay? This is the Queen of, this is the page or the Queen? It looks like the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Queen of Rainbows. This is, no, this is you flowering, you having so much to offer. This is a strongly creative card. I feel like you've been holding, fifth house here, your own energy. You've been holding all of this back. Don't do that. You have a lot to offer here. And don't let other people tell you that you can't do it or you're not good enough. Okay? So that's, wow, that's your strong message for the week, Leo. And wow, I mean, and seeing all this lion energy and so forth is really, I mean, shouldn't be, it's not a surprise, but it should be interesting. It's interesting that this is coming up very strongly in your reading. So, so definitely go for things, stay in your power, and I will see you next week. Thank you for watching.